if you are on Nofap, you are going to relapse. Okay, it's gonna happen. You just have to accept that. The sooner you come to terms with that, the better your journey will be. Everyone relapses. It's just part of the process. And, you shouldn't want it to happen, but you should embrace it. It's all a part of the process. And it sucks when it happens, especially when you get to a higher day. But it happens. I've literally never met anyone on Nofap that was able to just start it and never relapse after that. Even me, I wasn't able to just start without relapsing. Now, am I saying you should make excuses to relapse? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it's normal. It happens. You're trying to suppress your strongest innate bodily function as a man. That's hard to do. You're not supposed to be able to suppress that. It takes a very strong mind. And that's what Nofap is all about. It's about strengthening your mind, rewiring those connections in your brain, getting away from that instant gratification, and developing a sense of discipline within yourself so that you can follow your dreams and just be more productive in your day-to-day life overall. Move with more confidence, step into your purpose. Like I said, everyone relapses. However, not everyone bounces back from a relapse. A lot of people will relapse a few times and then they'll just give up. They'll just go right back to doing what they were doing. And that doesn't mean they're any worse than you. That doesn't mean you're any better than them if you're not relapsing. But what it does mean is that you have a very strong mind. If you're willing to keep trying, if you're willing to stand in the face of defeat and keep trying, you have a very strong mind just for trying to do it. That speaks volumes about your character. Failure only occurs when you stop trying. Defeat is temporary. Failure is forever. So, when you relapse, and notice I said when, not if, when you relapse, don't get too down on yourself. Keep going. Keep going. And know that at the very least, you're trying to better yourself. And that says a lot about you and where you are going to go in life. Because most people are not willing to even try. Now, when you relapse, the first thing you need to realize is you have to forgive yourself. And I know I've made a whole entire video about this. You have to learn to forgive yourself for relapsing. Because like I said, it's supposed to happen. How else are you supposed to learn from your mistakes and become stronger and wiser and be able to teach others? If I hadn't relapsed, I wouldn't be able to make these videos right now because I wouldn't be able to relate. I remember when my friend told me about Nofap, I told him, I'm going to start today and I'm going to go for 90 days. I didn't even make it 12 hours. I didn't make it 12 hours. And, I relapsed and I was like, damn, that sucks, bro. I'm tripping about it. But I tried again. And then I made it 2 weeks. And I was like, man, I made it 2 weeks, but I lost sight of my vision. But even though I relapsed, I said, you know what? I made it 2 weeks. I bet I can make it a month. And I haven't relapsed since then. I'm closing in on 90 days now. By the time you're watching this, it probably has been 90 days already. And I'm not going to relapse. I've gotten to the point where I can be in my bed, home alone, and not relapse. It's just not who I am anymore. I just don't do that anymore. It's not a part of my being. And that's why I think that it's very important to forgive yourself. Because when you hold grudges against yourself, you're subconsciously creating an identity for yourself. Somebody who is addicted. And do you know what people who are addicted do? They do the thing that they're addicted to. So, when you have these thought cycles of man, I'm weak. I can't do this. Why do I keep failing? Those thought cycles are perpetuating an identity of an addict in your head. A person who's weak instead of a person who's strong for trying to do it. It's law of attraction. Your subconscious mind controls your reality. It controls and influences the thoughts that you get, the feelings that you feel. It controls your outer reality and you react to that outer reality. And this is where relapses happen. You feel like you're responding to, stimuli from the outside. But in reality, the outside is a reflection of the inside. So you need to change the inside first. You need to change your perception of yourself. You need to see yourself as a strong-minded person, a disciplined person, somebody who wants better for themselves, who loves themselves, and knows what they're capable of. That's why you feel disappointed in yourself. You feel disappointed because you know that you're capable of more. You know your potential. You see the vision, and vision is everything. Vision is the foundation of greatness. Being able to see it happen before it does. Don't think that you're, a beta or any of that stuff just because you relapsed. Don't let people tell you that. Don't let people tell you that you're any less than them for relapsing. Don't think that you're less than anyone else for relapsing. Like I said, even I relapsed. And I'm somebody, I can just switch up like that. When I decide that I'm going to do something, I can usually do it. When I went vegan, I told myself, I'm vegan now. That was in 2017. I've been vegan ever since. As a 17-year-old, I was able to make that decision and stick to it. When I told myself that I'm going to go hard on YouTube, I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers by August. I told myself that it was going to happen, and I made it happen. When I decide on something, I won't stop until I make it happen. And, even I failed on Nofap, not even a day into my journey. So just know that even the most strong-minded people, and I'm not saying I'm like one of the most strong-minded people, but, even the most strong-minded people will struggle with this because, like I said, it's your body's natural, innate desire. Like, that is what we are here to do. We are here to release. We are here to spread our seed, to reproduce, to, continue the human race. That's what we're here to do, biologically. Our minds are stronger than our bodies. That's what you have to understand, okay? But you need to condition your mind to really believe that you are strong. You need to change your perception of yourself. And I know I keep repeating the same thing over and over, but that's because it's very, very important. Like, that is like maybe the most important thing you'll hear on this journey. The whole point of the journey is to change your perception of yourself. So why wait until you hit 90 days? Why wait until you hit a year? Change your perception of yourself now. I don't care if you are just starting after this video. That the fact that you're willing to start, that shows that you are a strong-minded person just for making the decision to commit to your vision for yourself. Now, I know that after you relapse, you tend to feel disappointed in yourself. You tend to feel ashamed. You feel like you just lost all of your progress. And, I think a big part of the reason why you feel that way, and you might not even realize this, aside from the fact that you realize what you're capable of, you know what you're capable of in your mind, and, you see the vision. And it's like, as you relapse, you see your vision fading away. But I think another reason why, relapse can really give you that feeling, like just that guilt feeling, is because you're reading other people's success stories. You see people having all of these benefits. You see people talking about women attraction and, people just giving you more respect overall. And now you feel like you just lost out on all of that. And it sucks, But one thing you can do is read people's relapse stories. Go and look at people who relapsed and see what they learned. So now not only are you learning from your own mistakes, you're learning from their mistakes as well. An intelligent person learns from their own mistakes, but a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. So learn from other people's mistakes. Read their failure stories, their defeat stories rather. If nothing else, that'll at least help you feel less alone, because I know it can feel that way sometimes. Now, another thing that you need to realize is that if you are on a high day, if you're at day 70 and you relapse, you're not going back to day 0. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and you believe it so strongly that you actually physically feel like you're at day 0 again, or even worse. That's not how it works. When, for example, if you start a diet, right? And you're on a diet for like 6 weeks and you have one cheat day, that's not going to erase all of the work you did over those 6 weeks. You know, your body's not just going to go back to how it was at day one. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to realize that, you know, I can't give you like a specific number where you won't go back to day zero, but realize that a lot of it is in your head. And that's why I feel like at a certain point, you should just stop counting the days. You know, I give you guys an update every 30 days, but I'm really just estimating, you know, I'm going by the last time I uploaded a video. I'm not going by when I started. I can't remember when I started. I can give you like a general idea, but you know, at a certain point, stop counting your days, because when you relapse, you're not going back to zero. I don't know what day you're going back to, you know, because everybody's body works a little bit different, but just know that you're not going back to zero. So, you know, don't get too down on yourself, like I said. Another thing that you can do to, you know, not only benefit you from this relapse, but any relapse moving forward, is create a productive punishment for yourself. You know, for example, say you relapse. You have to do 300 push-ups every time you relapse. 300 push-ups in like an hour. And, you know, it's going to suck. You know, you're going to feel a lot of pain physically. And over time, if you keep relapsing, two things are going to happen. One, you're going to get swole. And two, your body's going to start to associate instant gratification with pain. You know, with the pain of doing those push-ups. And so in that way, even if you know, fail or you're met with temporary defeat, you're still winning in the long run, because, you know, you're becoming more physically fit. Or maybe like, you know, you might read a book, like read a chapter out of a book or something like that. Like, just like make it to where if you relapse, you're doing something to counter out that. You know, to bring back balance to your life, to your mind rather. You're rewiring your brain. That's the whole point of Nofap, is to rewire your brain. And as your journey goes on and you stop counting your days and you turn this into a lifestyle, you'll get to see all of your dreams unfold before your very eyes.